Hey, what's going on, guys? Hope you're having a great day today. So it seems like we have Andor's first reviews in, and I guess Disney sent it to select few people. I think the first four episodes. Yeah, first reaction to Andor's first four episodes appear online. Grounded, complex, expect division. Okay, so let's go ahead and read this. Again, I don't know how valid this is, but Bespin Bulletin, according to Josh, has been pretty accurate with a lot of their stuff. So let's go ahead and read it, and if it does become true, then, well, I guess we'll know. Reset Era user Ramallah took to the forum to give their brief thoughts on the first four episodes of the upcoming Rogue One spin-off series. The user has previously shared early reactions to TV series and films in the past, such as Miss Marvel and the upcoming Sandman series, so I believe that they have seen the show. The Reset Era user's comments is as follows. I've seen the first four, and it's the most serious, grounded thing Star Wars has ever done. It feels more like an English-made espionage thriller than Star Wars. It is totally unconcerned with giving you fan service moments. So that's good. I mean, fan service moments aren't necessarily a great thing. You know, they're just kind of cheap parlor tricks for the most part. But when they're done right, I think they're more so just catering to the story rather than being called fan service. You know, just because something is cool or brings back a good character or a OG character doesn't necessarily make it fan service if it's done in the right time. But if it's done in like a let's just throw them in there kind of thing, then yeah, that's fan service in my opinion. And instead wants to delve into what it's like for the bit players in this universe to wake up every morning and go about their day. This is not space opera, it's more space drama. It's slow, deliberate, complex for Star Wars and asks the viewer to do some work. It actually humanizes roles that are traditionally cartoon evil in the Star Wars universe. It's attempting to tell a grown-up story, and I think a lot of fans are going to hate it. Both Gilroy's presence is all over this thing. It's got that cinema vibe that the core Bourne movies had going for them, plus it puts you in the world like never before. Whether the world can hold up to that level of scrutiny is up for debate, but it is fascinating. The user also added in response to a comment that they believe a 3-episode premiere for the series was needed as the 3 episodes served as an entire story arc and compared it to a movie. Further on in the thread, the user praised the writing as the heroes can act like villains and vice versa. On the subject of characters, the user referred to the titular character as the least interesting when compared to Mon Mothma and Stellan Skarsgård, Luthen Rael. Of the first four, Luthen and Mon Mothma are Def the Rebel MVPs. Andor is probably the least interesting character, but then they've got a long way to go to get him to the man we meet in Rogue One. There's much more interesting characterization going on in the Imperial side of things, and let me tell you, it is fascinating to me. I kind of wish we got a whole show about that. Okay, so that's right there something I was really worrying about, is that I hope that they're not just going to like trickle little bits of the Empire. I really want to dive into the point of view of the Empire from, the Moffs, the officers, even the stormtroopers. That's something that with the sequel trilogy, I was like, oh, cool, this is a stormtrooper who now is, a good guy. We're going to learn more about him and about what he's been through. We didn't. So I'm hoping that in this series, we'll get to see more of that world that we haven't really seen. And of course, it opens it up to, Vader and Sidious and Krennic and Tarkin and all that stuff. Tarkin is one I really want to dive into as well. I hope they show him in this series. I personally find the user's comments unsurprising, given that what I've personally heard on the series over recent weeks, months, and years, but it's still exciting to hear that the series is shaping up to be what I expected and hoped it would be. If you've been listening, hearing that the series has a slow pace with complex characters and storytelling, and that it's not concerned with fan service moments and wants the viewer to think, is exactly what I was hoping for. The user mentions that some fans will likely hate it, but I always expected that given the nature of the series. It's likely the structure, tone, and pace will be jarring and unfamiliar to some fans, but given just how divided this fan base is anyway, I think division was always a given. No, that's not necessarily true. You don't really see fans divided over The Mandalorian. And there's a reason for that. Okay, so this show, I think it's a very interesting show. I've always been a big fan of the idea of it. Obviously, execution is going to be a totally different thing because we haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet. But to those who have seen it, they've seen the first 4 episodes, which means they've seen the first essential episode that we got, that we're going to get, which is going to be the first 3 on that night. And then it's going to be just 1 episode every week after that. I think it's September 20th or 21st now they moved it to, from the end of August. So they delayed it about 4 weeks, 4 weeks. So there's a lot of things about the show that I'm concerned of. Of course, they can change a lot of the Star Wars mythos, like they have already done in many of their shows and books and such. But from what I've heard of this show, from a lot of people that have worked on it, I don't know any spoilers or anything that's going to happen, but I've heard that it's actually a legitimately really good show. So really only time will tell. I'm hoping that it's going to be everything we want and more, of course, just like every other project that we're about to get. But I guess, we're going to go through this together as always. And I can't wait to have the watch parties with you once again in just about a month's time. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this show coming up. What do you want to see? What do you not want to see? As for him saying that it's going to be divisive, I mean, yeah, I guess, it's Disney now. They make a lot of stuff that is questionable with Star Wars. So we'll see what happens going forwards, but I'll be there with you, and I hope it's going to be amazing. So staying positive until we actually see the whole thing and we can judge ourselves. Hope you guys have a great day, and may the Force be with you.